This is Gerardo Del Real with Resource Stock Digest. Joining me today is the chairman of Quartz Mountain Resources, none other than Mr. Bob Dickinson. Bob, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on. How are you, sir?
I'm well, Gerardo. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to have a discussion about the things I like most.
No, listen, gold is still above 3,300 firmly, right? Silver closer to 36 than 35. That looks to have a lot of legs. I can't think of a better time, and we chatted a few weeks ago, but I can't think of a better time to have an emerging discovery with long intervals of gold and silver mineralization. You had some news this morning that you provided excellent context in a video that we'll link to, but I wanted to have you on to chat about this morning's results and chat about the methodical approach that you're taking in proving this out to eventually get it to a stage where you do what you do best, which is transact properties and add shareholder value at significant premiums, right?
Well, that's right. Yeah, we're on the beginning of a major saga here, Gerardo. My view is mines are not, there's no such thing as an underground jewelry store. Mines are made by hard work, but to make a mine, you actually have to be locked onto a deposit, a resource. And this morning we announced 4 new holes and 2 holes that we announced last year, plus 6 other holes that had been drilled in the Maestro Prodigy target area historically. And every one of those holes has hit zones of gold and silver over very large intervals. And so, we're clearly, I think the message from this morning's news release is we are locked on to a major deposit, got a lot of work to do, methodical drilling, and we plan to attack it methodically, step by step, so no errors are made. But you need to have a deposit to make a mine, and we now know that we have one of those deposits. Now we're going to carefully drill it off and see how large it is. Check its geometry, its mineability, metallurgy, all those things that are coming. And we're not going to build a mine. We're going to find a major mine here over the next 1 to 2 years, and then we're going to transact. And we've done this historically many times, especially in BC, but around the world. And again, back to mines are made, and we have the team that will make this a mine and do everything it is possible to do. We're definitely locked on to a major saga here. And as you said, there's 6 long holes drilled in a target now that is well defined. The target is quite large. The area that's been altered on the property, on the Prodigy zone, is well over 500 meters north-south, well over 225, 250 meters east-west. Our holes that we drilled already, the 6 holes are all 700 to 800 meters of length. They have gone to depths of vertically about 625 meters from surface. They've gone laterally, so the holes are
Right.
angle holes like this. So laterally, 350 meters, vertically, 650 meters. The distance between the 6 holes is about 250 feet, say 75 meters. So there's a large block of ground already established that is well mineralized, and the target goes substantially far to the north. So we're underway on one of our great adventures.
Well, Maestro is a new epithermal gold silver, new-ish, right? And what's interesting to me is it shows that classic epithermal potential for both bulk tonnage, which you demonstrated well in today's results, and then the high grade that you've latched onto early on in the most recent program. And so can you speak to the variations there between the bulk tonnage potential and that high grade potential? Because when you talk about making and discovering a deposit and then making a mine out of it, right? You really need both to really boost the economics. And I know it's early, but can you speak to the potential for 2 different types of mineralization here?
Well, it's good to have, isn't it? We have high-grade vein
Yeah.
opportunities, both in gold and silver, and we definitely have the bulk tonnage in spades. And this is a precious metal, gold, silver, epithermal type deposit. It's typically they're quite large in volumes. The mineralization generally is spread out, but not evenly. Higher grades, moderate grades, and they're connected, in over large volumes. They're generally structurally controlled. We see all those things here. And the most recent example in BC is called the Blackwater deposit. It's
Yep.
been just permitted and constructed really well. So hugely capitalized company. That is a precious metal, gold, silver, epithermal type of deposit. Very and don't really, we're not there yet, but we have the target, and we now have the initial holes that say, hey, we have a high probability of being there in the future as we drill off. We need to do a lot of things before we get to where Blackwater is, but it's the same kind of system. And if you look at the Blackwater system, that's why it's so encouraging, because the Blackwater system has high grade, a low grade, across the sections. It has the same kind of grades that we've been hitting over big intervals at Maestro, at the Prodigy target on the Maestro. It has green ceres. I don't want to get too detailed alteration.
Yeah, the cerussite's important.
Green cerussite alteration, the same kind of alteration we have at Prodigy. Many geological similarities. So they are the same types of deposits. So we have a high chance, a high probability of getting a Blackwater here at the end of the day. So we're on these are tremendous sagas, and they don't evolve. There's no instant mine. You got to work hard and push. We got the team that can do that. We've done it before, and we're on to something very significant in my view.
You have $3.6 million in the treasury, I believe. What comes next, Bob?
We're already mobilizing, and probably the trucks, the low beds are leaving now from the local town there, Smithers, to the Maestro property and move on to the Prodigy site again. And we're going to start drilling, because most of all of our drilling was right at the southern end of the target zone, which has now been clearly established as a mineral system. And that mineral system, you can see in the geophysics, goes for 525 meters north. So we're just down at the southern end of the system. We're going to go boom, boom, all the way up to the north. And basically, it won't happen actually the next phase. This phase will keep on going. We'll stop. We're going to get our assay results, make sure everything's, we're drilling in the right direction. We know the structures. The neat thing, one of the exceptional things here is the rock type that we're hitting is called breccia. And it's a jumbled up, fragmented rock that's been rehealed again by silica and what they call anchorite, iron carbonate mineral. And that's where the gold is. So the gold system is rehealed these basically an explosion at great depths that now is at surface. And that, we hit that breccia almost all the way down in all our holes. So we have a rock type of a very large volume that can host this stuff. And where we hit it, where we have drilled, it is extensive, and it has gold and silver in spades in it.
It's a good time to have gold and silver in spades. Let's do this again soon, Bob. Thank you so much for your time, sir. Pleasure as always.
Thank you very much.
Hey everybody, Gerardo Del Real here. If you're enjoying the content that you just saw, you can let us know in 3 simple steps. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and please share across your network and on social media. Take care, everybody.